Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I have a lot of watches for you guys that I bought on an online auction. I paid about $825 for all of them. So there should be a couple good ones in here. I had one favorite that I might be adding to my collection, so you guys will see that in a little bit. So here's the bag of watches from the auction. This is how they gave them to me. This is a really bad way to store the watches because they're all going to get scratched up and damaged in here, which is not good. So let's get into those. So starting off here, we have this custom time manual watch. The case almost looks like it's a Bakelite case. I would say this is from the 1970s. I want to go see the back of this. I would probably replace this band. You can see it's kind of falling apart there. And it's really holding that shape of being there so long. It's just staying like that now. I know a lot of these have these stickers. I'm not sure why they have the stickers. I'm not sure if the auction did this, even though it was a lot. So you can see it says acrylic case. The model is Depose, Swiss made. And I'm not sure if that's a serial or model number of 10236. So it's almost a clear case that you can watch you wind up there. I'm not sure if this one works. Yeah, you can see all the material from the case. Yep, it looks like it's going there. I'm not too sure on this one, but I would put a conservative estimate of $30. Moving on, we have this Casio E-Data Bank watch. From my research, this one is a pretty rare one. I would say it's in the $200 range. I haven't tested it putting a new battery in, but hopefully this one ends up working. You can see it's going to need a buff on the crystal. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get that one out. The band is starting to discolor from aging. I forgot what year this was made, but maybe late 80s, early 90s. So that's a very cool one. And I have two of these watches. I think you pronounce it Xanadu Sports. They're both quartz watches. One of them has gold tone with silver, and the other one's just silver on silver. They both have time and thermometer movements. You can see right there the thermometer. I haven't seen a watch like this before, but I'm not expecting much from these. So I would say $20 each, and that's if they work. This was a pretty good watch that I saw in here. I think this is glue residue from a sticker or duct tape, it kind of looks like. That should come off with some polishing, but it's a Lucerin mystery dial watch. It does work, I've tested it already, but it has a replacement back. And you can see right there the watch band just broke, so that would need to be replaced. So let's go ahead and just tear that off. Some of these watches I want to open up. I want to see if the actual movement is like a Lucerin one or if they've also replaced other pieces. And you can see the sticker again, not sure what that means. So it looks like the watch movement also is not a Lucerin, but it's a Berman Watch Co. movement. It has 17 jewels. So I'm not sure if this is a Frankenstein watch or what is going on here. But if that movement is supposed to be in there, this watch would have been like $200. I'm not sure how much the case back being mismatched affects this value. I always love a mystery dial watch. Something about them is just really cool. I love when they have the dark dials or black dials. So this next watch we have here, this one's a very large watch. I'm not sure how many millimeters. You can see there's this piece right here protecting the crown. So I'm not sure if this is like a heavy duty watch or what this is. But it's a Adee Kaye watch, model AK6011-M. I looked this one up. In this condition, I would say it's about $60 to $80 if it's working. I haven't had the chance to replace batteries in any of these watches, so that would need to be done. I personally don't like this watch. It's way too big, especially for my wrist. You can see it's almost as big as my wrist. So this is definitely not staying in my collection. Moving on, we have this lip watch. I've never heard of this brand. It has a rectangle dial. It was made in France. This is the Lip Mach 2000, reference 1890-53-2. It says it has a Swiss movement, but I don't hear any winding, so I'm not sure if it's a battery or what. It's a lot better condition than I thought. In the pictures, it looks like it was way more worn. And from what I remember, I think this is around $150. It looks like this is the original band. I like the colors, the brown and orange. The dial is very cool too. Next, we have this vintage Benrus. It has a very nice Art Deco case. I would assume this is from the 1930s or 40s. I think I did test it earlier and it was working. Yep, you can see the seconds hands there moving. The dial is kind of worn, damaged. The crystal has some damage too. It is gold plated from what I remember. Yep, 10K rolled gold plate. So that always helps the value. The crystal you can see there has this nice design. You don't see those very often. I'm a little uncertain if that crown is original to this watch. It looks a little odd, but I'm not sure what else would go there. This would have been a very good watch if it was working and in better condition. You can see there's some kind of marks or staining underneath the crystal. I'm not even sure how that happens. If that's like glue from the dial underneath. But this is a Rado watch, Elegance. I'm not sure if this is a men's or woman's watch. It was pretty difficult to find one of these watches. If it was in working condition, it would be like $300 to $400. For parts, it's very hard to say because there's not a lot of these. Maybe $50 up to $100. Not too sure. But the crystal is very scratched and chipped on the edge. The band has the color worn off. So I'm not expecting too much from this, but this would have been nice if it was working. Now we have these two Timex watches. I believe these are called rotary dials. They're very cool. You can see one is in way worse condition than the other, but they both have pretty bad scratching on the crystal. So this must have been in someone's shop with all these stickers. I'm not sure who else really does that. You can also see a lot of the plating on the bezels and the case is worn off. They're both working. I would say worst case like $25 each, but maybe this one is $50. I'm not a big fan of Timex watches, but ones with unique dials are always cool to see. Oh man, this watch strap is just falling apart. Seems like I'm gonna have to get watch straps for almost every single watch in this collection. So let's just go ahead and put this on so you guys can see it on the wrist. I think it's nice. Not my style or what I collect, but a lot of people like these. Now we have this vintage Fortis Skylark watch. You can see that oval shape of case. I would assume this is also from the 1970s. It looks like a lot of these watches are from 70s to 80s. It is working. It has a weird sound in the winding. The back of the case is embossed. I'm not sure if that's their logo. I've also never heard of this brand. The case is worn, chipped, scratched. The watch band also is pretty solid there. It needs to be replaced. But most vintage watches that are working for me, they go for $30 to $40. So I would assume the same for this one. So doing a couple watches here, since these are nothing special, we have a vintage Mach time watch. This one I just had working a second ago. Maybe it runs and stops. It has this oval case with zebra striping. It looks to be stainless steel or base metal, and it's in really rough condition, so I would think this is $20. It almost has a 1970s look to it. Next we have this Venice quartz watch. It has a wooden bezel. It's not running right now at the moment. I would just throw this in a lot, a junk lot. It's not worth selling on its own. And then lastly, we have this vintage Lucerin. I think this is a woman's watch. This case is also made from acrylic. And I think the movement is Swiss. As you can see, it's running right there. I'm not too sure on this one. I would maybe throw this in a lot since it's missing the crystal. Now this last watch before we get to the last two good ones left. So this is a Donaci. I've never heard of this brand. The crystal is very interesting, how it reflects all the lighting like that. I wasn't able to wind it, so maybe it's a quartz movement. That's pretty interesting how you can see through the edges like that on the side. Nothing too special about this one, probably going in the junk lot. So second to last watch here, we have a Seiko 5 Actus. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but I've never seen this model of Seiko. It's 21 jewel with a day date. You can see here running. It looks to be a stainless steel case. This watch band I'm a big fan of. It's a suede felt material. I've never had a watch band like this, but I kind of like it. Here's the back of the watch. So yep, stainless steel back. It's 7019 7000. I know people can tell the year from the serial number, but I'm not there yet. So if anyone can inform me in the comments, that'd be really helpful. The crystal needs to be replaced or really buffed, and I think this watch will come back to life. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on my wrist just to see what it looks like. I think that blue strap and the blue dial look really nice with a stainless steel case. It all just goes together. What do you guys think? So I think this was late 70s, early 80s. This one also was a little bit hard to find. I would say maybe around $250. A little bit less in this condition, but if I can get that crystal polished up and this case cleaned up, I would say $300. Now for this last watch, this one is my main watch that I was going for. So this is a Venus triple calendar watch. I think it was from the 1940s. It is working. So this could be a really good watch. It's just I could not find much information on this. So one problem I had was none of them have this blue dial. So I'm not sure if that's original, but I know these hour hands have been repainted, as it's repainted fairly poorly. Let me see if I can get you guys a close-up of that. So here's a close-up of those hour hands. You can see there's like uneven paint there. Some paint is missing. The seconds hand is maybe original, and you can see the pointer date might have been repainted there on the end, but it looks to be original because it is the golden color like the other ones are. But you can just see that beautiful sparkle in the dial. In some lighting, this dial is almost greenish blue, like it's cyan or turquoise color. I'm not too sure if this crown is original. It is fairly big for this watch, but it makes it easy to wind. Another odd thing was the case is this golden tone almost, and the case back is just silver. You can see the color difference right there. So I'm not sure what's going on with this watch, but let's just say it is original besides the hour hands, but that dial is original and it's working. I would say this watch is about $1,000, but that's if this is all looking good. I want to open this watch up and show you guys if the movement is good. If the movement is not good, then we're going to have a big problem here. So I just popped off that back case, and we're going to go ahead and open it up. Oh man, so that's not good. So we have not a Venus movement. It's marked Benrus watch Psi. I don't think I pronounced that right, but That's not too good because I know some of the Venus movements are very desirable, so that's disappointing to me. We have a 17 jewel movement. I'll have to do more research to see if this is still a good watch, because this was the main reason I was buying it, was for this watch. If you guys have any information, I would really appreciate it if you guys can comment it down below. But we can do a little bit more on this watch. I'll go ahead and snap that case back together. So you can see here by the crown, you have the 2 pusher pins. I can't remember exactly what those pusher pins do, but probably helps forward some of these movements. The watch band will also have to be replaced. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my wrist. You guys can see. The blue is just, I don't know, it's stunning. The pop of color it gives you. Thank you guys for watching. So that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Some of these watches didn't pan out like I thought they would, but there's still some really cool ones in here. I'll show you guys a couple of my favorites. So we have that Venus one. I still really like that one, even though the movement didn't turn out to be what I thought it would be. The mystery dial Lucerin. That's also a really cool one, I thought. And then this lip watch. If this can get working, I might wear this a few times. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do have some more watches on the way, so I will be dropping another video. So please like and subscribe on this video and tune in for next video. Thank you.